I forgot. I forgot to actually get something to eat before we started, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be over here eating
Why not? I'll
my.
Yeah, you can
I'll
eat.
join
I'm
you.
like, no.
I cooked some chicken thighs right before we started.
Yeah.
Chicken thighs and broccoli.
What time?
Oh,
You're
snap.
in Vegas, right?
Dang.
I am in Vegas. Yes.
How did you cook some chicken thighs this morning?
It's noon.
Yeah, but you wake up and you're like, oh, you know what? I want some chicken thighs. Let me make some real quick.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Affable Amigos. I'm Joker, and today I'm joined by the wonderful, beautiful, charismatic, ever intelligent Mr. J. How are you, Jay?
I'm incredible. I thought you were talking about our guest, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Our guest is a whole nother story.
I'm like, I 100% knew he was talking about you, Mr. J. So
It sounded too positive to be me.
Now, yeah, as you heard, that wonderful little voice, that's our special guest today. One of our very good friends, Michelle. What's up?
hi guys, how are you guys doing? I'm super excited to be here. This is amazing. I love this podcast you guys are doing.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's been a funny ride. It's been different.
We're learning a lot of things, though. We're learning a lot.
Learning a lot. The first two episodes of this new season launch, my mic was unplugged, so that was annoying.
No.
Yeah, I just found out this weekend when I was editing, because I looked down and I'm like, what is that? What does that plug into? Everything should be plugged in, but I saw the little head jack and I was like, damn it.
So you've been recording with just like your
Just the camera.
well, I mean, it doesn't sound bad.
I mean, no, you haven't heard it yet, but I don't like it, but I'm getting over it, so whatever. It's in the past. I can't do it over. So anyway, no, we're here to talk about you. So you're the subject of today's episode. Yes. So obviously, you know, the show is for me and Jay. It's something that we've been wanting to do forever. But we want to use this platform essentially to like highlight the interesting people in our lives and show support, right? But I mean, I don't think you need like our help. I think we need yours, because for as long as I've known you, you've had like a really nice following on social media, and you've been a very busy person.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I don't see myself like as a influencer, you know. I don't think I have such a big following. I mean, most of them are my friends or like close people that I know. A couple, you know, that I don't know, and you know, that I would like to get to know, and a couple businesses or stuff like that. But for the most part, I feel like my following is mostly made up of like my friends, right? I do meet a lot of people. So I usually, you know, like once we get to know each other, they'll ask me for my socials, and I give them my Instagram and have, you know, my people follow my people. So but as far as like influencer, like, you know, like that, I don't think that's me, but I'm trying.
You still feel like new to it?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, especially with this new venture that I'm doing here in Vegas, for sure it is. I'm starting to get like a little taste of just a big following and a big responsibility, you know, a big responsibility to, you know, be a, like, you know, a lot of people say a role model, because you do have a lot of eyes on you, and I'm just trying my best to do my best and stay at my best.
I know. Yeah. Now, right, me and Jay, we're more aware and sometimes careful about what we say on camera, right?
Yeah, I've said some things that I've had to call and be like, cut that out.
Just trying to be more conscious about it. That's all.
Yes.
But yeah, nice. So I'm curious, because I don't I don't know how you guys met, because I remember how I met Jordan for the most part, and you, Michelle. But how did you guys meet?
Well, I believe we met actually at your house one day, right? I think the very first time that we came over to your house, I think that's when we met Jordan for the first time.
No, well, I mean that's the first time we ever hung out, definitely. But I actually, I mean, I remember you coming to the cafe. Well, we already name dropped them. You came to Starbucks.
I was like, okay, we're not naming
To
Starbucks. Okay.
you came there to pick up your gorgeous husband who worked with us, and I was like, hey, and I think you were standing over there where you pick up drinks. I was like, hey, man, are you waiting for your drink?
Yes. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm waiting for my husband. And like you walked me to him, right?
Did I walk you? Did I? I probably wasn't allowed to do that.
I think you did. Well, like that you were like, "Oh yeah, come here." And we kind of went to like to the side, where
Like the door. Yeah, and that's when he just barely started working with us too. But I had already fallen in love. A very lovable guy. So,
Oh
but
yeah,
yeah,
that for
that
sure.
that's the first time we met. But then, yeah, we never really hung out until kind of we all started doing more group stuff.
I like how you said group stuff.
Group stuff.
Group stuff.
Well, group
Group
hangouts
hangouts.
in
I was like,
group
group stuff
hangouts,
sounds
TVs,
a little questionable.
very PG rated activities,
Just hanging out.
just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
But nothing was hanging out.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I remember meeting you at the Starbucks too. And same thing. You were like, I'm here to pick up my husband. And I was like, whose husband? Like, who's that guy? And then yeah, you mentioned Eli. And again, calling out Eli, come on, dog. We were trying to get him on the show too, but
Right, but I mean we've been so busy, honestly. Like, it doesn't really give us much time to do anything. But sometimes like we have been trying to stay on top of our gym. We actually haven't been to the gym in like I want to say like a month or two now, which I can tell.
you feel it. Yeah.
I feel it, right? But it's just that you just get used to having a routine, and then all of a sudden, when it shifts, you're like, oh, like crap, like what are we doing? And so it's mostly that. Or like right now with my run club here. I'm starting on Wednesdays. We do runs at 7 p.m. I have to be there a little bit before 7. So 6:30 to 7, I have to like be at the run club, which gives me such little time to actually get my stuff ready, make sure like literally like yesterday, he got home. He's here. He'll usually help me out by like picking up the ice. So that way we don't have to pick it up on the way there. But he'll pick up ice. He gets home like at 6 p.m. We eat real quick, like literally 30 minutes just to sit down and eat. That's if I have the chance to sit down. Cause most of the time, like I'm eating while I'm like grabbing things, making sure that I have everything ready,
Gotta go.
Filling up the cooler with waters, because I always take waters and snacks for my girls, making sure nobody's fainting when in this Vegas heat. So we barely have any time to like really like actually sit down and chill. And then I'm out the door. We're at the park. I'm waiting for all the girls to get there. Usually he'll just stay there a little bit. Sometimes he will come back home and like chill, or if he has things to do, like we have to go grocery shopping or something, he can go do that by himself. But it's just like very, very hectic. A lot of times, like yesterday, he'll stay with me at the run club, like just to make sure, especially because we do have a big group of girls coming. So he's kind of like
he helps chaperone the place
now.
Nice.
So he like
That's
yeah,
smart.
he helps just to because it is a lot of girls and we don't want some crazy people.
Do we disperse any tasers or pepper spray or anything? Just
I mean, some girls do carry it.
hey, this is Vegas.
Yeah, some girls do carry it. And
Okay.
actually, Mr. Cuban guy, I don't know if we can name drop him yet, but
Well, he better show up
he's
on the
been
show.
telling me
Exactly. Yeah, we're trying to get him on
telling
too.
me but he's been telling me about that he's gonna get me some pepper spray. He's like, no, I'm gonna get you some, you know how he is. So he's like, I'm gonna get you some pepper spray, I'm gonna, this and that. So I'm like, okay. So but
We'll get Eli a nightstick.
oh yeah, for
Hey.
sure. That's so funny. He's always there with me, no matter what it is that I have to do. Even if when it was baking that I was doing my baking stuff, and I was like, babe, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, babe, I don't have enough sugar, or babe, like I'm missing this. Is like, all right, I'll be back. He'll literally leave, drop whatever it is that he was doing. He would go to the store and come back with the things that I needed. So he's always been like that. So my number one supporter for sure.
That's your local neighborhood Spider-Man for you.
Yeah,
Ah, that's the man right there.
it really is. He really is. And yeah, so we've just been so busy. I've honestly barely have had any time for myself other than like in the mornings. Like sometimes I'll have like an hour just to kind of sit down, mostly to eat if I remember to eat, because it's getting to that point where I'm like, okay, I really need to schedule my little lunches, give myself a mental break, and just to focus on like, okay, let me eat, let me nourish my body real quick, because it's so easy to get caught up in what you're doing, or like, especially like I said with ADHD, you get hyper focused on this thing, because there's different times. There's times where you're just all over the place, and then there's times where you just hyper focus on one thing, and you cannot do or think about anything else until you finish that one task. So sometimes I get in that mode, and it gets a little dangerous, I would say. Not like that sounded super serious, but it just gets to that point where like sometimes I'll forget to eat, and then he'll call me like to let me know, like 5:30, right? He'll call me and be like, hey babe, just letting you know that I'm on my way home. And I'm like, it's 5:30. I was like,
Where'd the
I
time
swear
go? Yeah.
yeah, I was like, I swear I just looked at the time and it was 10 a.m. Like, I'm like, what the heck? So sometimes that happens to me, and I'm like, I haven't eaten breakfast, I haven't done anything other than sit here on the computer, or like on my phone, I'm replying to messages or posting or making reels or whatever it is that I'm doing during that time. Or sometimes even just brain dumping, giving myself that time of day just to kind of sit down with my notebook and just write everything that I have stuck in my brain, just write everything out, just brain dump everything, so that way I'm not over here like,
Brain dumping does not get enough credit. A lot of times when people are like going through crap, one of the first things I recommend is get a paper and pen and just go nuts. Don't think about it. Don't try to write inside of the lines. Just pour it all out on that paper and then let it all out.
it doesn't have to make sense to anyone.
No, it's more. I think it's more effective if it doesn't make any sense. It's just as soon as the thought hits your head, just let it out right there. Have you ever tried intermittent fasting to make it kind of a little more intentional?
Well, I guess kind of, because I don't know if you guys heard my alarm earlier. I do have an alarm at 12 p.m. where usually that's the time where I'm like, okay, it's time for me to eat. Like I have an alarm to be like, all right, it's already 12. You got to eat something.
Dog, eat.
Yeah. Okay, we'll make this a mukbang.
I'm like, I think I had a cookie today. So
A singular cookie.
that counts as girl breakfast, isn't it?
cookie and water. That's
Girl breakfast and water.
Yeah. I eat a cookie and a coffee for breakfast. That's it.
A cookie and some water.
Yeah. Girl breakfast and a LaCroix.
I'm like, I have to eat something. So I'm like, let me eat my cookies. Yeah. And yeah, and I got home and then I forgot. I forgot to actually get something to eat before we started. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be over here eating
why not? I'll
my
Yeah, you can eat.
join
I'm
you.
like, no.
I cooked some chicken thighs right before we started.
Yeah.
Chicken thighs and broccoli.
What time?
Oh,
You're in Vegas, right?
Hey.
I am in Vegas. Yes.
Who How did you cook some chicken thighs this morning?
It's noon.
Yeah, but you you wake up and you're like, oh, you know what? I want some chicken thighs. Let me make some real quick.
No, I woke up. I went to go donate my plasma. My plasma donation was today. I went and got some. There's a cafe. I should finish eating. There's a coffee shop out there.
Oh,
With
you didn't make it. You just picked it up.
no, I don't have all the fancy equipment. Otherwise, I would have just
That's
made it
what she's
myself.
asking. How?
But it was they have
Oh, you didn't make the
they have a
chicken
macadamia.
thighs.
No, the thighs in it. The
Oh.
chicken thighs in it.
Oh,
I made the chicken
oh,
thighs.
oh.
I didn't make the coffee or the tea. I got a matcha tea with macadamia milk because macadamia milk slaps if you have never had it. Then I drove home, started cleaning my house, and I was like, I should eat something beforehand. So took some chicken thighs, threw them in the air fryer, threw some microwave, some broccoli in the microwave,
Nice.
and I did a meal.
See, there you
I'm
go.
gonna finish chewing.
Quick, simple, easy to remember. Yeah, for me, like I said, I just have a cookie and coffee for breakfast, and I don't get hungry again until like 12. Or no, not 12. 2.
2 p.m. Wait, but you're still in our time zone, right?
Yeah. Same time zone, just a couple 100 miles off. Yeah.
Super far away.
Couple hundred, yeah.
I would say. No, yeah, I mean, usually my breakfasts are not that bad. I mean, I used to do a protein shake in the mornings because I used to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym at 6 a.m. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, like, I look tired. I've been waking up super early. No, and not only that, like, last night I did not sleep very well because we slept over at my mom's house and my sister's dog just would not shut up all night. And because he just kept barking and barking and barking, because they have him, they're training him, like, what is it called? Potty training him. But at night, they started putting him into his crate because he is a type of dog. I don't even know why none of our dogs have been that way, but he's the type of dog that literally you let him loose and he will chew and bite everything in sight. He doesn't care. He's already like chewed through so many of my parents' shoes, and he wreaks havoc wherever he goes. So and he's not potty trained yet. So my mom, she's just over it right now, waking up in the morning and just seeing literally like literally
Yeah.
like
That's fun.
everywhere. So she'll go outside of her room and just like the living room, the kitchen floor is just, and I don't know, this dog has problems. He poops while he walks. So like when he poops, he walks away. So he's
Don't
just
most
like
dogs do that?
doing little,
I feel like that's common.
I don't
Most
know.
dogs, sometimes you're busy doing stuff. You don't got time to stop, lift your leg.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But
Pop and walk.
I mean, when he pees, I think he's good, but I think it's mostly when he poops. He like poops and like walks. He walks all over the place and he
depends
be
on the
leaving.
dog, I guess.
So, yeah. So they have him in a crate. And so the reason why I feel like he was barking all night was because I took my dog to my parents' house last night. And he was upstairs in the room with me because my baby is a good boy. My puppy, he's the goodest boy ever. So because he was upstairs with me, I'm guessing that's why he was like barking. He's like, "Where's my friend? Where's my friend?" or something. I don't know. He has very like much like crackhead energy. So around my dog is 10 years old. And then so he's like an older dog, but he's super chill. Like he's super chill. He plays with you and everything, but he's most of the time he's super chill. And this dog, just crackhead energy all around. Literally, as soon as we got to the house yesterday and my dog was there, he just kind of looked at me. Like my dog, Canelo. He looked at me. He was just like, "Why did you bring me?"
He's like, "I've had
"What is
enough of this."
Yes. Because my sister's dog, he's less than a year old. I think 8 months. He's less than a year old for sure.
Oh yeah, he's a puppy.
And yeah, so he has crackhead energy, and he's all over my dog. Like my dog goes over it, and he's just all over him. He like hugs him. Like it's so like it sounds funny, but like he literally hugs my dog. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture so I can like show you guys, because it's like the funniest thing.
Speaking of shit show and being a good boy, uh, dog. So I was having trouble with the edits and everything again, right? On the editing. So I took the plunge and I got CapCut.
A cap cut.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that more? Is that supposed to be more advanced than like DaVinci?
It's not more advanced. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how you look
What's
at it.
DaVinci? Because I use CapCut for my reels, and I like it, but I don't know. It gets stressful for me a lot. Mostly the well, because I use it on my phone, right? So it's probably different when you use it on your phone than if you use it on the computer. But when I use the templates, it's just it gives me headaches.
I have not used any of the templates. You can ask Jay, I'm very particular about our edits. Like, I like having control and being creative with it. But DaVinci is like a pretty advanced, hefty software for the computer. It's a video editing, but it also has like whatever graphics, color correction. You can tune audio on it, but
Audio.
yeah, it's a pretty hefty program to run on a computer, and you need to have like a decent computer to run it. And we found out. Oh,
So the brown one is my dog, and the white one is
I can
my
see
dog.
it. That's
And you can see he's like licking his eyeball.
Aww.
And my dog's face, he's just like, I'm over it. Like, what is this? Like, leave me alone.
yeah.
I
So
can tell.
No, he looks like he's got crackhead energy.
He
Yeah.
looks like he has a Scottish accent. Like I'm ready to go home now. I think that was English. I'm ready to go home now,
I'm
mother.
over it. Like, what is this?
This
Like, leave me
crackhead
alone.
is annoying
So-
me. This travesty.
Yeah. Mother, what is this travesty?
Oh man, some cute looking puppies though. No, but DaVinci, yeah, if you don't have like a super powerful enough, not super, but if you don't have a powerful enough computer, it lags a lot and it crashes a lot. So my computer was decent enough that it was running okay, but it was still annoying, especially again, back to the ADHD thing. If I kept getting interrupted, it would annoy me. And then I couldn't even run it on my laptop. And so I would have to be stuck in this room all day for a few days editing a video. And so, Jay and I had a little conversation on our own over text, and he's talking about me getting burnt out. I'm like, I'm not getting burnt out. I'm having fun. It's annoying, but I'm having fun. And then,
Computer's getting burnt out.
no, I could tell when I'm getting burnt out.
No, and and I completely understand you on that, because that's how I've been feeling with not even the run club aspect of it, like going out and running. It's all the back end stuff, all the reels, and just replying to everyone, reposting, like like just everything that else that comes.
Coordination.
I
The
wish I
little
could
management
just
stuff. Yeah.
step back and be like, okay, I'm gonna join the run club as a run girl, and not really be the one who's organizing everything. Because even then, like, I started it so I could run, right? Because I wanted friends to run with. And I think I'm the one that runs the least, because I'm the content creator, I'm the media person, I'm the organizer, I'm like everything. I feel like I'm yelling, so sorry. But yeah, like I'm taking videos when we are running. So I run from one place to the other, like one intersection to the other, so that I can have enough time before the girls actually pass by, so I can take videos. And then as soon as I have enough, I'm like, okay, let me run to the other side of the park, and then do it like that. But I'm like, I actually want to run.
You want to enjoy it and not just
Need
always
an
work.
assistant.
Yeah. You got to get an assistant. That's why I think me and Jay have been like having fun because we can just like share the load.
It does help when you have somebody else, so you can kind of pass the baton back and forth for
Yeah, so
different
I
things.
mean, I do have my leadership ladies is what I call them. Where I have my best friend Denise. I don't know if you guys were able. No, she went to George's house one time. She's my friend, the one that's really short. And I say really short because she compared to me, she's short. But
Because she was
so
short and loud.
Denise, yeah, I love her. She's the life of the party, low key. But so she's helping me out, and then I have another girl that I met at the run club. Her name is Jess, and honestly, they've been helping me out a lot. You know, just keeping just everything like running to, like smoothly at
Huh?
the actual runs. Because they running. Um, because for example, like while I'm talking to some girls, they're like managing everything else. They're like, okay, ladies, it's time for us to do this. It's time for us to do that, or whatever. They manage. And then Jess is she's my marathon runner. So she's she's the one that helps me lead the actual like running group. She's like the one that's at the very front, and she kind of tells people where to go.
You say that like you didn't run a marathon. Didn't you run a marathon?
I
I
didn't run
swear
a
I saw that.
marathon. No,
No?
I run 5Ks, which I mean 5Ks is
Okay.
3 miles, five
That's
kilometers, three
that's
miles.
that's still
Um,
hard.
and that's what we're actually run on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We run 5Ks. Well, the whoever wants to, right? Because we're not saying like you have to run the 3 miles. No, we just have like for example like our Saturday runs. The loop that we do is 1.5 miles. So whether you run it, you walk it, you jog it, whatever it is, that whole loop is 1.5 miles. So I always tell the girls, I'm like, if you guys want to just do the one loop and you guys are done, that's perfectly fine. If you guys want to do two loops around, which I mean, when you're at the park, you don't really feel it. Like it's not that bad because you're just following the path and you're also taking in all the views, the trees, and then in the mornings you have the sun peeking, or like this we're always there when the sprinklers are on, so it just looks really nice. You have that little the rainbow, what is it called, there's a specific name for it, but like the little rainbows that pop up. Yeah, the little rainbows that pop up from the light hitting the sprinklers and all that stuff. So it's really cool. It's really cool, and you don't really feel it, right? Like I said, you don't really feel it. I mean, your legs feel it, but like if you get distracted enough with all the beautiful things.
The whole like feeling tired thing, that's something that I've like had a revelation on myself like the last few weeks, right? Where because there was times where I was doing yoga every single day, but then like I'm not blaming the show. We started the show and I was spent a lot more time on the edit and doing things and whatever the back end stuff. And then I started to feel it and I'm like, oh man, like I don't feel good. I can feel like some of the chunks of weight coming in. But then I'm like, I'm also always tired. Like, I'm tired of feeling tired, right? But then I'm like, I was tired yesterday. I'm tired today. I know I'm going to be tired tomorrow. So, I might as well do something fun and physical, especially with the boys. Those boys keep me going. So, I'm like, if I'm going to be tired, I might as well do something like productive and healthy, get some outdoors
Outdoor
time,
time.
And
Getting the sun first thing in the morning, that works wonders.
not first thing,
When
but
I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, that's one of the first things I do is like just a quick mile, just go out there, walk it, watch the sunrise. Have you ever watched the sunrise in the morning on a walk? That's sexy. That's some sexy crap right there.
Dog, I miss the Vegas sunrise. That's what I miss because it was really nice. And then I don't know. Do you guys remember like by our house where we used to live, the Summerlin Parkway? Because I would the last few years I was doing pool service while I was there, right? And then so I would get up early in the morning, especially in summers before it gets hot, and I would start up my route there, and it's like a giant, it's up on a slope. It's at the top of the hill, so you go up Summerlin Parkway and then you go down. Well, I'd get distracted by looking at the sunrise because yeah, I'm like, this is so cool. I never got tired of it. Hmm. Yeah, the change in atmosphere, the lights, the whole twilight. Yeah.
Hmm. No, yeah, no, honestly, it's beautiful. Well, I mean, when we run on Wednesdays, it's the golden hour. That's what I call it, golden hour run, because it's during that golden hour of right before the sun actually sets. So you get that beautiful, like the golden hour, the golden rays and just everything. Like it just looks so nice, so pretty. It's like super like wonderful views, and like it just looks so pretty. Like it just looks so pretty. So I mean, and then when the girls are running, they're like taking videos of like the sunset and all that stuff, and it's just good vibes all around. But yeah, it's just
Yeah, I'm the dork. I'm a dork that takes pictures of the sunset too.
For some reason, all the women I date are those people that all the women I date they love taking pictures of the sunrise and sunset. It's like, glad you do. I'm not a picture taker, so
It looks nice. There's something pleasing about it.
it is pretty, but like I don't think to pull out my phone during those times. I'm just sitting there staring at it.
yeah. I mean, yeah. To each their own. It's just sometimes there's just something. Well, okay, so I feel like mostly women, right? We tend to be more like, oh my God, look at this, like picture and then picture and picture. We like to keep memories, we like to keep memories of everything and
It's not just women.
everything.
I like
Oh,
doing
yeah,
it too.
everything.
I'm like, hey,
And
dog,
everyone.
this
No,
is
no,
a
no,
nice
but I'm
moment.
saying mostly, right? So mostly women that I've noticed. There are some girls that they're like, "What are you like? Why do you have to take a picture?" Like how Jay is talking, He's like I'm more of a like, let's look at it. And I'm like, and I'm all for looking at it, like watching the sunrise and watching the sunset and all that. But sometimes there's something about, oh my God, it looks so beautiful. Like I want to take a picture. Why? I'm like, so I can show people.
Something else I've noticed the last few weeks is that uh, a big difference between Jay and I is that I'm a lot more emotionally driven, whereas Jay is just logic and just there's the sun. Just look at the sun. Whereas me, I'm like, I don't know. It looks pretty. It makes me feel some type of way. I need to take a picture of it.
Yeah, I'm doing calculations. What angle is the sun at right now? How many more minutes do we have? Triangulate. I know the hex code of the hue.
Yesterday it was pink orange. Today it's like pink and purple, and it makes me feel different.
It's just me. I'm the only one who's broken here. That where I don't even. I'm sorry. Even though we both live in Las Vegas, I have not been keeping up with the plot at all. We haven't talked in a minute. But then,
Yeah, we
uh,
haven't. Which we
yeah,
need to
and
change that
then
because we're both in Vegas. Like,
I
I was
know,
gonna say, what's
I
keeping us
know,
from hanging out? But let me tell you guys,
busy.
like, we probably hang out with Alexis, I mean, Cuban guy. Um, we, um, we haven't hung out with, I think we hang out with him like once every 3 months, probably, because we've just been so busy. And I mean, even like communication wise, like, I mean, it's so easy for us to text each other, right? But because of just everything, life and all that stuff, you'd think that we'd be calling each other and talking and texting and also, but we don't. We literally will text each other to be like, "Hey, let's hang out, soon." And then a month goes by and we're like, "Hey, usually the only times that we actually have seen each other is when we go watch movies, that we like program like our movie nights, which is like, for example, Deadpool and Wolverine. So that's the last time that we saw each other, was when we went to go watch Deadpool. Last Friday,
Well worth it.
right
Well
when it
worth
came
it.
out. And then I think the
Yeah.
the time that we saw each other before that was when we came back from Hawaii, I think. And that was in April. Yeah, that was in April. So April, May, June, July. Yeah, like 3 months. So it's just it's like that. And I'm like, and especially like with you guys that we don't speak as much as we used to a lot. It's just it's so easy to get caught up in just everything and be like, because let me tell you, I always like randomly will have a dream about your wifey and the kids. Like I'll just have like they'll just come out in my dreams and I'm like, oh, and I'll wake up and I'm like, oh my god, I want to I need to text the wifey and and my bestie girl. And like I'm like I want to text her, like see how the kids are doing and all that stuff. And I'll get up and then the dog has to go outside and then my niece and then just everything. And then just the day keeps rolling, rolling, rolling. And then literally it'll be like 11 p.m. and I'm like, oh, I never I never called her. I never texted her. And then I'm like, no, well, it's too late now. I'm like, like literally I'll try again tomorrow. And then I'm like, I'll try again tomorrow. And it just keeps happening that way. And then, and I mean, but I do have all of you guys' birthdays. I have on my calendar, I get little messages and, alerts. And I'm like, I'll be like, oh, let me send a messenger real quick,
Actually, I think
before
I
I
missed
forget.
your birthday was recently, right? I think I missed. I
It
Happy belated
was.
birthday. Happy
Thank you.
belated. I missed it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I don't even remember what did it. So on my birthday we had a no, I'm lying. It was the day before my birthday. We had, as part of the run club, we did a hike. We hike every third Saturday of the month. So we had a hike that day, and we woke up at 4:30 a.m. so that we could make
Shoo!
it to the Mount Charleston. It's still like an hour away from where we're at. So we had to make the drive over there, and
Oh,
so
dang.
that way we can be there at 6 a.m. when all the girls.
That's a nice little hike.
And actually, like, I was really surprised because we had a lot of girls show up. We had 60 girls from the run club show up to go hiking. And I'm just like, what? Like, this amount of girls, like, woke up like me 4:30 a.m. to get ready to leave their house at 5 so they were able to make it and find parking at 6 a.m. And then I had a impromptu like party, like a birthday pool party. That my mom, she's the one that kind of pushed me to do it. She's like, what are you gonna do for your birthday? I'm like, Mom, I don't want to do anything. I just want to chill. Like because of just I've been being pulled in all kinds of different directions. I was like, I just want to chill.
Yeah, you're like, that's the one day I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, I'm like, I just want to chill. I just want to hang out. And then, and she's like, come on, but it's your birthday and this and that. And so I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, what should I do? And we have a group of girls that we hang out with periodically. We'll have like our girls' nights. So she was like, yeah, invite your friends. Like y'all can come to the pool and this and that. So, and we had been wanting to do a pool party for summer because Vegas. So I was like, okay, well, perfect excuse to have our girls' night. And, and also I could have all my girls that day, which a lot of them weren't able to go, because it was very last minute. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing it, very last minute, but we still had fun. We still had fun. And, my mom made me, I don't think I ever gave you guys one, or you guys ever, were able to try my mom's carrot cake. She usually makes them to gift during like Thanksgiving and like the fall months. She'll make this like carrot cake, but it's more of like a bundt cake because it's more like like oily. I guess I don't know. It's the way that the cake is made. I think it's like a bundt cake type of mixture. But it's kind of like the at Starbucks how they have their pumpkin loaf. How they're
Oh,
like really like moist and like that. They're like that, but it's like carrot cake.
I don't like Starbucks pastries. but the pumpkin loaf is one of the few things I actually enjoy.
Yes. Oh my God, the pumpkin loaf all the time. Every time that we go, that I see that they have the pumpkin loaf, but it has to look good on the display, or else I'm like, eh.
If the
Even though the
star is doing the
display
job
ones are
right,
usually
it should look
like,
good. Yeah.
but yeah, they look so good. So I'm like, um, give me that one. And then you know which ones too? The ones that just came out. I mean, when you guys were at Starbucks, the sugar plum
Oh yeah,
pastry
the
or
cheese
whatever it
Danish
is.
or
They're like little
something.
like
Yeah.
danishes. Yeah. Oh my God, those are so
Oh,
good.
yeah, I remember those.
It's usually during the fall seasons too, I think, that it's like their little sugar plum. It's like a little tiny Danish and it has like the sugar
Yeah, it's the
plum.
round one. Yeah, looks like
Yeah, it's
yeah.
the
Like
little
a
one and
round
it has
Danish,
like
right?
pink or purple
Yeah.
like jam on
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's so good.
I remember those
Yeah.
things.
So
Now, I don't think we've discussed how did the Run Club actually start?
the Run Club. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this Run Club the entire time. Um, so the Run Club actually started because of how we were talking about. I run 5Ks every year. Since 2019, I've been running a 5K, the Reindeer Run 5K in December. That was in my bucket list, honestly, for that year, was to run a 5K or some kind of event. Um, so I was like, perfect timing. So I started running. And then last year, I kind of gave myself the goal of beating beating my time from the year before. And actually, this year was actually really, really cool because my husband, my beautiful husband, was actually had the day off on Saturday. So he was able to come down and actually, he ran the 5K with me. But even with me trying to keep up with him, because it's his first 5K, and like I was trying to say, I'm like, I've never trained for it. I usually would just show up and just be like, let's run 3 miles, Um, so I even with trying to like keep up with him, or not keep up with him, but like kind of stay with him and hang out, I still beat my time by I think 20 or 30 seconds, which it doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean it was still
No,
something.
when you're
Yeah.
running, 30 seconds is a lot.
Every second counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Like, I wonder how fast I can run this next year if I actually train for it, right? If I actually train my body to go long distances. So that was one of my New Year's resolutions, was to actually train for this 5K. So I mean, I kind of started to at the gym. I would run on the treadmill, but as most of us know, the treadmill is not it is not anything like running outside. I could run on the treadmill for 2 miles straight, 20 minutes. We were good. And then I'm like, okay, let's go outside. Let's run the 2 miles. Mm-mm. No, especially in the heat, of course, but no. So I was like, okay, I really have to actually train outside. But I would start, walking, running, doing my little jog outside. And there was always that one car that just slows down right next to you. And in my head, I'm like, don't kidnap me, don't kidnap me, don't kidnap me. And I'm like, and I don't know the neighbors enough to just be able to like bust through the door,
Mm.
or just like help me or whatever. I mean,
Just hop the fence.
they're probably just gonna think I'm a crazy person trying to get into their house. At the gym, I started asking a couple girls that I met at the gym. I'm like, hey, do you by any chance like know of any like places to run, or not necessarily run clubs, because I didn't know that run clubs were a thing. Um, but like just kind of asking around about things like that. And do you know how Instagram likes to listen to every word you say? And they like to,
Siri
um,
was listening.
yeah, for real.
Oh, I just activated my Siri.
Yeah, so like Instagram likes to listen to every little word you say. I started getting a lot of reels and posts about running shoes and, like clothes and like the running vests, and I started seeing off of those because I am interested. So I was like, let me watch this real quick. And so it kept giving me more and more until it actually started showing me run clubs from other cities. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then I'm like, I wonder if there's any run clubs here in Vegas. But I looked up Vegas run clubs and nothing came up. So I was like, dang it, and I just decided, I'm like, you know what? What if I just start one? You know, I'm like, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only girl that feels the same way in my community up here, that wants a safe space to run, even though it's super hot. And I mean, we get used to the heat, right? So I'm like, there's bound to be more girls around here, even if it's two, three, four, even if it's just one girl that is down to come hang out with me and we can run and, and then also like spread the word. I'm like, that's perfectly fine. I talked to my mom about it. I'm like, hey, mom, this is what I'm thinking of doing. What do you think? Because one of the things that I did want to do is I wanted to make it like all ages. I didn't just want to be like, oh, just, my age group. I'm like, no, like anybody, literally anybody who wants to hang out, So my run group is Vegas Girls Run Club, and it's an all girls run club that we welcome all ages. We have women who bring their kids to the runs. We have some girls who bring their moms to the runs. We've had a couple grandmas here and there, show up to
Nice.
the runs, and I mean families. And then so now we have like big groups of families and friends and all that stuff that are joining the run club. So yeah, we're in all ages group of girls. We also are all types of different paces. So like I said before, we do have we have runners, we have joggers, and we have what I like to call my hot girl walkers. Um, that they do, yeah, like, because I have my runners are the ones that they're my track stars, right? They will run the entire way or most of the way. They'll just keep running around. And then I have my joggers like myself, who we're not runners yet, but we're trying. So we like jog a little bit, we run a little bit, we like stop and walk, take a little breather, we start running again, and just kind of try to get through um, the little loop that we do. And then my hot girl walkers, which is literally just what it, you know, says. It's like the girls that want to come down just to be active, just to walk, have their evening stroll, their morning walk with us, hang out and as a group. And yeah, and I honestly like, I love it. I love it. And I'm really proud of my group of girls, and I always tell them that I love them because I really do. When I started the run club, I knew that I didn't want it just to be a run club, right? I knew that I didn't just want to have, especially if I did have was able to create a group of girls that were hanging out together. I didn't just want us to just get together to run. I wanted us to get together to hang out, to like go out, like I said, socialize, but also to keep it in the fitness area, for us to do cool things and try new classes. And because I'm a very big fitness girly and I've taken a bunch of different classes, I've done kickboxing, I've done Pilates, I've taken swimming, like I've done a lot of different things. And I mean, running, of course, aside from weightlifting, like at the gym and all that. I love taking different classes and trying different things. So yeah, it's not just a run club. It's,
You're building a
just
community.
a space for all of us girls to, yeah, for all of us to hang out. And like you said, it is a community. It's not just a run club. It's a community of women that are coming together to be active, to hang out, to make friends, to, just get out of the house sometimes and give ourselves that time. for
Or you
ourselves.
can leave the kids at home or bring the kids with you, you know?
Yeah, no, and that's the thing too. I'm like, there's no excuses here, no, like, oh, I can't go because of my son or my daughter. No, bring them up. Like, we're family friendly. We're family friendly. You can bring the whole family. Well, leave your husbands at home, please. But I'm like, no, no men allowed.
But still, that's cool because for some women, I think, I mean, I'm not a woman, obviously, I can't speak from experience, but I think it could feel intimidating trying to get into fitness, and especially they don't want to go to the gym because I feel like it's mostly like a male dominant sort of area, you know. But if you go, now that you have this community of women all doing something together, and then from there, like you said, making connections, bonding, then from there they can introduce them to going to the gym together, or like you mentioned, all these other classes doing that together. And yeah, I feel like it's nicer when there's like a group that you can go with. It's less intimidating.
Yeah, no, that for sure. And one of the things that I do get a lot after our fitness classes, it's girls that come up to me, and I feel so good about it too sometimes, where they come up to me and they're like, "Oh my god, thank you so much for this. I've been wanting to take a kickboxing class, but I was so scared to do it by myself." Or like, you get intimidated by joining a class that's has, the members most of the time have been there, for way longer than you have. They all know the moves and they all know like the choreography or whatever it might be, and it's like, and you're new. So you're just kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Whereas if you go as a group of beginners, and taking what is essentially an introductory class, you feel a lot better. You feel a lot more confident in yourself, that you're like, okay, well, everybody here is, the same as me. We're all taking the class together. We're all hanging out. A lot of times, like now, since we, actually today, and yeah, today it marks 2 months since we started the run club.
Oh,
Yeah. So
congratulations! 2 month
yeah, I,
anniversary.
I just noticed that because I saw the time. I was looking at the date and it said 8/8, and I'm like, we started June 8th was when we started the run club. So, and I say we because even though he's like in the background, like my husband, he's
Behind
like
every
I
great
said,
woman is a sexy man.
my wonderful husband, my number one, my number one supporter. Um, Jay over here catching me off guard, calling my husband sexy.
If there was ever a Mr. Beast on this show, it would be that guy.
He is a beast.
Once they see him, they'll understand.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, that for sure. My
we'll
sexy
keep
man.
we'll keep them away in the comments.
Um, but yeah, I like that's why I say we. I'm like, because even though at the front of everything, he's always right behind me. So, but yeah, it's 2 months today. 2 months today since we started the run club, and it's grown so much, and it's just giving me such like a feeling of like fulfillment. Like self fulfillment, or
Yeah, I was gonna ask because I mean, it sounded like it was just something you kind of started coordinating because it was a need that there wasn't really anything to fulfill. But now you find yourself in kind of a leadership, mentorship role. Like these girls are kind of coming to you, like, and they kind of look up to you, right? Like, so how does that feel? I know it's a lot of responsibility, but it's also it can be very fulfilling, right?
yes. So that's I think that's the part where I'm kind of not struggling, because I don't think I'm struggling, but it's more like I'm not used to it, right? I mean, I'm used to being somewhat of a role model when it comes to like my sisters, because I have three sisters that look up to me. I have my niece that looks up to me, and so I just I don't know, I'm just not used to all the attention, I guess, from just all this stuff. And maybe it's just the way that I am. I'm a little shy, even though I do talk a lot, because I know that I do talk a lot.
What?
I am a little shy, and I feel, and you know what, that's actually a defense mechanism that I found out that I have, is because I'm shy and I get nervous. I just keep talking. I just keep talking and talking and talking, because I feel like if I keep talking, it kind of takes attention away from me, if that makes any kind of
I hadn't
sense.
noticed.
I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes I'm put in positions where I know I have to get over my shyness and I have to be the extrovert. For example, like at the run meets, like I know that I have to, be outgoing, and I have to, say hi to everybody and
Keep up the
hang out and
morale.
all that stuff. And I mean, I get through it, but believe me, on my way to the run club, I'm shaking in my boots, as people say.
That
I'm
10
just
minute
like,
drive, you
oh my
feel
God,
that
I'm
little like
so
pit in your
nervous.
stomach.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, I'm so nervous. Like, what are the girls gonna think? And then it's always the like after, right? So every time I leave Run Club, I always leave with like I said, like a sense
Mm-hmm.
of, wow, I did this, like a
Just
sense
like
of
giant
like
sigh of
me
relief.
being proud of myself. And also, like I said, my sexy husband, he, he'll tell me too, he'll be like, babe, like, I'm so proud of you. And I always ask him, I'm like, how did you think? Like, how was it? Like, did I say anything? Like, I always like bounce off of him. He's like, babe, you did perfect. He's like, you did amazing. Like, don't worry about it. But to a lot of them, it is like an escape.
Would you say it's would you say it's even like therapeutic for a lot of them?
Oh, no, that for sure. Yes, that for sure. Because even for me, honestly, like it is very therapeutic. Kind of get this feeling. It's kind of like the same feeling that you get when you just kind of scream and you just let all that out, all that, anxiety and just everything that you have inside, you just let it out. It's kind of the same thing with running, because I mean, obviously you got to make sure you don't hurt yourself, but just kind of seeing like, okay, how far can I push my body? Like, how far can I get? How far, you just kind of use that anger, anxiety, sadness, whatever it is that you have inside of you, and you just release it with that motion of just running and just, like letting everything out.
Now, is there a goal for like a group 5K or 3K in the future? Like,
There is actually, because, and let me tell you why, because once I started seeing all these girls show up, because our very first run, we had about 30 girls show up. And that was, to me, that was a lot, right? Because I was just expecting two, three, four, or five girls to show up, and we had almost 30 girls show up. And slowly that number kept going up. And I was like, ding, like little, what's it called? Light bulb moment. I was like, what if I do? Because I mean, technically, we are running a 5K. I'm like, what if I do a special event? But we're about to hit 5,000 followers on Instagram, which means we have reached almost 5,000 Vegas girlies, right? That are looking to be healthy and run and, get out of their house and be active. Let's see, we are at, oh, that's my personal one. I'm like, wait a second.
That number's too low.
Um, yeah. So we are at 4,846,
Wow.
right? So we still have about
sheesh.
150 more to go, to hit our 5,000
We'll make that
followers.
in no
But
time.
I thought it would be really cool. I thought it would be really cool to do a 5K for our 5K, right?
Nice.
So do
Mm-hmm.
like a
Mm-hmm.
special 5K event for us hitting 5,000 followers. Because once I saw, okay, like we're super close to 5,000 followers, and I'm like, this would be really cool, and punny, you know, to have a 5K for our 5K. Um, so yes, so
Hey,
for sure that,
nice.
and also with we're getting merch, being made. We just got our stickers, so we have
Yes.
our
Yeah.
Vegas girl stickers. I have,
Cute.
oh, hold on. So this one is our actual logo. So that's the one that we
Nice.
have right now. That's our actual logo.
Okay. Okay.
And I did another one where without like the girl that's running, and so that's this one that just says Vegas
I like
Girls
it.
Run. So yeah, and that's the one that I have on my water bottle right now.
Have to put the link to the merch store someplace.
Well, I mean, I don't have a store yet, right?
Okay. Well, let us know.
And actually, that's one of the I actually just became an ambassador for this app called Sweat Pals. If you guys don't know what Sweat Pals is, it's it's honestly like the best tool that I have right now while managing this run club. So Sweat Pals is an app that literally connects its users to fun activities in their city. Just so you guys know, like the Vegas portion of the app is super new. They literally started it when we joined. I really love Sweat Pals, and every class that we go to, every business that we kind of get a chance to interact and collaborate with, I always let them know, like, hey, by the way, like, do you happen to use Sweat Pals? Like, it's really cool. Like, you should check out Sweat Pals. You should make an account. Hey, you can promote your business, your classes, your whatever it is. You can promote those on Sweat Pals because it's just such a, like, I feel like it's a wonderful community tool to use, especially when you have a service like that, where you have a community that you're building, when you have a specific niche of
It
people,
allows
you
for that
know, that you are
discoverability
serving
and
the community.
networking.
Yeah, and it's mostly for like events. But yeah, no, I really love it. So I just became an ambassador for them. And I mean, as you can tell, I am very passionate. I'm very passionate about this. And yeah, so like I said, I ramble, but I ramble because I'm passionate about it. Um, so yeah, I started working with them. I started working with them. They reached out to me and they just, hey, we love your community and we would love to have you on our app. And so I'm pretty sure that with them, we're going to do a lot of really cool things, and hopefully, like we were talking about this 5K that we're trying to do.
Yeah. And speaking of the 5K, because unfortunately we do have to close it out at this point. We definitely want to bring you back on. But I mean, for the ladies listening who do want to join your community and get to know all of you, where do they find you? How do they get plugged in? Where do they have to go? How do they find you on Sweat Pals?
Yes. So, our you can find us on Instagram at Vegas Girls Run Club. I mean, on our the link in our bio. The link on our bio is where you will find all our upcoming runs. We, as of right now, we are running Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. and we're running on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Instagram for sure, and Sweat Pals. Yeah, just make an account and then you can go to your community page, or you can just on the search bar, you can search up Vegas Girls Run Club and we should pop out. If you have any problems, like I said, you can always DM me on Instagram and you should be able to, we can work something out there.
And for all the creepy men listening, I will be just talking to Michelle's husband to make sure that they are all equipped with pepper spray and tasers and well armed. Yes, we will make sure that these women are well armed.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at you pioneering new endeavors all the time. Like I said earlier, like that's something that I've always admired about you is you're always just busy doing something and starting things and doing something new. And uh, I mean, and like the recesses of my mind, kind of an inspiration to me. Just because I always see you,
Oh, thank you
I
so
always see you
much.
just like I said, being busy, putting yourself out there, and then yeah, at the start of this show when we like started a few months ago, I'm like, yeah, I've seen my friends, put themselves out there. Why can't I? So it's been really cool seeing you grow as a person and seeing you just thrive. And I know it's just the beginning for you. It's just the
Yeah, it's
beginning.
just the beginning. It's just the beginning. But I feel like I actually, like you said, I always like to try new things. I always like to do, like, a bunch of different things. But I feel like I hit the jackpot with this one. I feel like with this one, it's the one that I feel the most connected to. And I just feel now that I just found my community, right? And I feel like that's what it's about. It's about finding your community. And I mean, my um advice, I would say, to all my girls out there, like in Vegas or out of Vegas, if there's something that you want to do, just do it. Like, start it. Don't be scared. Like, start the Instagram, start the club, start the whatever it is. Just start it. And I
Put
promise you,
yourself out there. Just
you
do it.
will get,
Somebody's always
the
watching.
results. And even if it fails, even if it fails, hey, it's a lesson for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And literally keep doing and keep persevering through everything until you hit what it is that
Mm-hmm.
you're meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the things that, and I always say it and I will always keep saying it, I'm like, I am a big Christian girly, and I know religion is a very like nitpicky topic. But honestly, like when I did start the run club, one of the things that I did do is I prayed over my run club, right? I did pray over my run club and I asked God, I'm like, hey, if this is for me, please help me. Please help the girls find me, and that's one thing that I always say to everybody who always asks me about the run club. And I always say, I'm like, honestly, I feel like I've gotten as far and as big as I've gotten so far. And I'm like, thanks to God, because I firmly believe that he's the reason why this is getting so big and as big as it is getting. And I'm like, and I'm not saying that at the run clubs, like I'm preaching and doing all this stuff, but it is something that I personally have, like it's my relationship with God. And whether you believe or whether you don't believe, that's completely fine and that's completely up to you. But in my belief and in my faith, that's one of the things that I do want to give big credit to is to God, because I do believe that um, I've gotten as far as I've gotten with the run club because of him. So yeah.
That sounds like a perfect way to end right there. I mean, it sounds like you already got your hands full with the social media aspect of what you're doing now. So,
Yeah. But I'm already out there
yeah.
anyway. Might as well. Might as well
It
vlog it.
sounds like you need a joker to go,
Hmm.
or you need like a photographer. You need an assistant, a photographer, an editor. You need a whole crew. You need a
I need a
team.
So
whole team.
I've said
So
before, if
also,
if I was back in Vegas, we would be unstoppable.
yes. So I think that's your sign, Joker, to move back to Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is completely your sign. Because you know what? I miss my godson
I
too.
know,
So
dude. It's been too long, homie.
it's been too long. And
Yeah.
we've been trying to go up there to Oregon. Um
You don't need to come up here.
but
There's nothing.
well, no, I mean, no, for real. Like we've been wanting to go, but it's just one thing after the other. And then we had planned to go this year. We were saving up, and then last minute, my dad was like, "Hey, we're going to Hawaii for my parents' 30th anniversary," and he was like, "If you guys want
Oh,
to go," and I was
dang.
just like, "Oh man!" And then like my sister said she was going, and she was stationed in Germany for the army. So she said she was going. My brother was gonna go, and he's in Texas right now. So it was just like a little family reunion. So I told my sexy husband, I was like, hey, so what do you think, babe? Like, should we go to Hawaii, or do we just keep waiting on this so we can go to Oregon? And he was like, however you want. And then like the days kept passing by because I wanted to go to Oregon. I wanted to go hang out with you guys, and then he was like, "Oh, well, it's because you know what, babe. I mean, it's your family. Your whole family's gonna be there, and then it's gonna suck that you're the only one that's not gonna be there." I'm like, ah,
Exactly. Yeah. We love you guys. We are family in a way, but no, that's your family. Go to Hawaii. You don't need to come here. Nobody needs to come to Oregon. Bro, go to Hawaii. I'm glad you went there. Don't come here.
Hawaii over you.
Hawaii, dog.
Okay, Joker. Any last words as we finish up episode 3? Episode 3?
Episode 3 of Affable Amigos. That's right. Yeah.
Episode
I don't know.
3?
I mean, yeah, dude. 3 is the magic number. Obviously, we're gonna have to get you back on here. We could probably fill another 2 hours. Just hanging out.
I mean, the whole thing was technically just about my run club, so I'm sorry about that. But as you can tell, I'm so passionate.
No, don't be
You were the
sorry.
special guest.
Yeah, we wanted to show our support for you, and just hang out. But
and we're gonna bring you back on. We have to get you back on at some point.
We need to,
as well as Sexy Husband.
There's lots. Yes, him too.
Well, we want Sexy Husband at his best. So we'll coordinate so we can get the beast. But until then, thank you for watching episode 3 of Affable Amigos. We're going to post all of Michelle's IG, social media, everything in the description. Put it on the screen. And everybody have a fantastic night. Thank you. Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, like and subscribe.